Basky. Welcome to the Basketball Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Adam Hess. With me, as always, he has recently been traded to a team in Florida. We'll let you know who at the end of this podcast. It's Tyler Carcara. Tyler, how you doing?
Adam, our long national nightmare is over. A lot of people were saying that maybe he was washed up. Maybe people didn't want him. Maybe that he should go back to playing in Europe or, like in a second-tier league. Cristiano Ronaldo has finally scored a goal in the World Cup. And
2 goals.
And that's what everyone's talking about. And that's what everyone's talking about, Adam.
Yeah, they call him the Portuguese freak.
Yeah, they call him...
like, straight line sprint for the fate of the universe. Do you think he could beat Cristiano Ronaldo? 100 meters?
No.
He's 42 and he's got those tiny little legs.
How old is he? How tall is he? Not how old is he. How tall is he?
I'm going to guess, like...
I always assumed he was, like,
5'9".
taller than Messi, but also Messi's, like, 5'4". So
I think he's shorter than Messi.
No shot.
Oh, he's 6'2".
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was, like, a tall striker guy.
I don't know why he always just looks so short to me.
He's, like, more of a classic number 9.
Oh,
See what? Hey, Adam, we're doing soccer talk.
Fucking numbers.
Yeah, he's more of a classic 9. Messi's more of a winger, who can score. Anyway, I don't know anything about soccer. Disregard that. That was all a joke, soccer heads. If you're listening to this, I'm not pretending I know anything about soccer. I do know more about soccer than about hockey. Are we going to talk the other trade that happened?
Yeah, you got any thoughts on Brady Tkachuk to the Florida Panthers?
I'm wearing this shirt because I just got back from a run, not because I root for hockey in any way. What's
your shirt? What's your distance for your run? What's your average? If you're saying I'm going for a run, what distance is implied?
I usually bust out like 2 miles. I can run down to Fairfax and back, and that's like a solid 2 miles. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, see, but you do better than me because like I get so bored after a mile that I just cannot. I think in my life, like sustained run, I don't think I've ever broken a mile and a half because I get so fucking bored around a mile.
I mean, the same thing happens to me. That's why I just play my music as loud as possible.
Yeah. It's so repetitive, man. Running's boring. Yeah. Anyone who runs as a workout, fucking learn how to pick up heavy things.
I have my best ideas when I'm running.
So my dad says too.
I have stopped running before to be like, shit, I got to write down that idea for a scene that I need to write in my script later.
That's what my dad says too. My dad's a distance runner. My dad will run 13 miles. And he says he has his best ideas while he's running.
Yeah,
and you know what?
I never run 13 miles.
I just want to go into a building and pick up really heavy stuff. I
find that boring.
Yeah, that's infinitely entertaining to me.
I find all workouts boring. I've never been able to consistently work out. The closest I've come is when I was climbing a lot or when I was surfing a lot because those are sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Climbing's a lot of fun. I had to stop because I had to get foot surgery. I do not have the body to climb.
No. I could if I wanted to, but like, I like cheeseburgers too much.
I'm thick and large. I'm not made to scale mountains.
I'm quite tall, and if I dropped like 15 pounds and did a bunch of pull-ups, I would be pretty good at it. Just because I could just reach over,
Yeah.
I don't, I could just break routes by being too tall. But, like I said, I like cheeseburgers too much.
All right, we have a couple other things I need to check off here. First off, I was going to make a joke at some point because I just had a smoothie with creatine, so I was going to make a Darren Peterson joke.
Yeah. Adam's 15 minutes before the pod. Adam canceled.
Yeah, I was cramping from the creatine. Yep. What else? I'm seeing The Death of Robin Hood tonight.
Why?
I don't know, man. Because it's in theaters.
I appreciate the hustle. There's like a few movies I've missed this year that in another life where I didn't work at night and needed to get things done during the day, I would be seeing a lot of movies. And now I'm just, I can only make time for the big ones in theaters. I think I've only seen like 15 movies in theaters this year. Kind of lame.
I think I'm right around there though. I mean, if we're talking in theaters total, I've only seen 15 movies that came out this year in theaters. If we're talking in theaters total, I'm probably around 30.
Yeah, you're out there hitting rep screenings. That's the problem for me is there's always at least one rep screening in LA a week that I want to go to because there's like 8 theaters doing it. But I work at night. So
Just
it's
saw
like,
Psycho.
is there something playing on Tuesday nights or whatever? Like,
I just saw Psycho at 11:30 in the afternoon. I guess it's not even the afternoon. That's the
sounds
pre-noon.
fucking cool as hell, dude.
Yeah.
We're cool.
You know what's
We're cool guys.
You know what's crazy about Psycho?
What about it?
The last, 15 of the last 20 minutes are so boring.
I hate to be that guy, but that's every Hitchcock movie.
Yeah.
Hitchcock, it has like 3 scenes in movie where you're like, this is the best shit I've ever seen in my life. And then there's a lot of like guys walking around.
Yeah, there's 3 different set pieces or sequences that take place at the Bates Motel. 2 of them absolutely shred, and one of them, half of them is so boring I was like falling asleep in my chair, and the other half absolutely shreds.
2 years ago, I went to the Arrow for 70mm Fest, and I saw Vertigo with my best friend O'Neill, and he's not an old movie guy. I can, you and I, we like put up with, you're like, it's just kind of gamey because it's old,
Yeah.
And he, like, halfway through the movie, there was just a shot of Jimmy Stewart just like walking around San Francisco, and he was like, stop walking and do something. He said it out loud and everyone laughed. That screening was also funny because of the number of times Jimmy Stewart, like, a woman is having a nervous breakdown and he's like, here, have some whiskey. And like everyone would laugh when that happens. I'm not on board with Vertigo. Like, a lot of filmmakers like Vertigo, best movie of all time, and I'm like, I don't know that I agree with that. And I'm an old movie guy, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you just love the Archers so much that it's hard for you to.
I love the Archers. I love Billy Wilder. I'm less of a Hitchcock guy. I'm more of a The Apartment. Way better than Vertigo. That's my take.
Listen, we cannot possibly do this. We're 7 minutes into this recording, and we haven't mentioned basketball. We almost did, and then you jokingly mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo, and then we talked about hockey. So we got to talk about basketball.
Yeah, sure.
So Giannis got traded. I sent you a joke text where I said, should we record an emergency pod, or should we wait 18 months to finally do it? Which I thought was quite funny. But
it's a good joke. We do our best
Giannis,
work in text, and that's a problem. We need to figure out how to make that on the pod.
We put some of our best work in text and some of our best jokes in the period before the podcast starts. And then we start a podcast, and we just start talking about pod racing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
when is Ben Quadenara's going to get traded?
Hey, would you hold off? I got my pod racing bit already planned.
Okay.
So Giannis and Bobby Portis are traded to the Miami Heat for Tyler Hero, Kalel Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Kasparis Yakachonis, 3 first-round picks, including the number 13 pick in the NBA draft tonight. 1 pick swap and 1 second-round pick. So those Milwaukee picks, unprotected 2031 and 2033, along with 13 tonight, and pick swaps in 2030 and 2033. So my first question for you. In this trade, which pod racer is Giannis, since we already start to get into that?
That's such a tough question because we don't know enough pod racers. Here's the problem. I know there's like extended lore pod racing stuff, but I wasn't into that stuff. That's not the Star Wars I was into. So I only know like 3 of them.
Rat's Tyrell.
Rat's Tyrell.
Fatal crash in the first lap,
Yeah, just naming guys. Naming pod racers is an elite pastime. I saw a tweet the other day that was like, we were at the bar and we decided to name 2,000 athletes, and we wrote every name down on a piece of paper. And then they did a statistical breakdown of which sport they did.
See, doesn't that just sound fun, though?
Sounds like a good time. Yeah. Just so you could be like Rafer Alston or whoever.
Who's the Gasgano who ends up finishing second behind Anakin of this trade?
Bobby Portis? He gets to move to Miami now and stay on
true.
a better team. So that's cool.
True. Is it a better team?
Than Milwaukee? Yes. Here's the deal. Miami, well, they're better than Milwaukee. Milwaukee won, 20 games this year? They're terrible.
Yeah, but going forward, is Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis Antetokounmpo,
presumably
and
Norman Powell?
Maybe Norman Powell.
I think Norman Powell will stay.
He's a free agent. He could go fucking anywhere he wants.
Here's the deal. If Norm Powell stays, first of all, this is very important. This is very hypothetically, if Norm Powell stays, Bam and Norm Powell are better than anybody that was on Milwaukee last year. Those two guys would have been the best player on Milwaukee last year, not named Giannis.
Is Norm Powell better than
You better
Ryan
not
Rollins?
say Miles Turner. Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Yes, he is.
I'll give you Bam. Bam's definitely the second best player on either team. Now, obviously, the two best players are
Norm
on...
Powell's a playoff guy. He was good.
Norm
for
Powell's
the
a playoff
Clippers in
guy.
the playoffs,
Norm Powell was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah,
but he also
true.
wasn't a playoff guy last year because the Heat didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Neither did the Bucks.
Well, look, if Bam just scores 80 and then Giannis scores like 60, then they'll beat everybody.
All right, listen, I'm closing the Wikipedia page for pod racers. So if we get back to any pod racing, give me like a 40-second
I'll open it up. I'll have it on standby.
So I do kind of want to go through it like this. I want to talk winners and losers from this trade. It's a gimmick I've come up with. No one's ever done it before in the history of sports media. We're going to go through and talk about who won and who lost this trade.
I'm unfamiliar with the concept.
Can I give you my first winner?
Uh-huh.
Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
So Tyler Hero spent a lot of last season hurt. Had kind of a disappointing year. He was at one point he was like, "Is this guy going to be a guy?" And then they were like, "He's not going to be a guy." And he's like, "Well, he's kind of a guy, and he's got that dog in him and Heat culture or whatever." And who doesn't love a try-hard white guy in the NBA? But he's a Wisconsin guy. He's from Milwaukee, and he is now on a team that has more shots to go around than players to take them. And you know who's going to benefit? The shot volume guy, Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is going to take like 22 shots a game next season.
Yeah, he sure is. The classic. If you're playing fantasy basketball, Tyler Hero dynasty stock through the roof.
Should we play fantasy basketball?
And should we draft Tyler Hero first overall?
Should we play fantasy basketball and draft Tyler Hero? This is something that you won't care about at all, but if Mike had got off his lazy ass and hadn't been at work right now and had been on this podcast, he would have loved. Tyler Hero has a brother named Chris Hero, which is the same name as Cassius Ono. What do you think about that?
Pretty good, I'd say.
What media property am I even talking about, Tyler?
I assume you named another pod racer.
Yeah, Cassius Ono. Last
is Tyler
season,
Hero the Mawonic of this? Mawonic is the three-eyed pod racer.
Is this our gimmick?
You gotta cut all this out.
Is this how we get internet famous? We're just the guys who do comps to pod racers.
Yeah, I think that's great. Let's take a look at Legends. I love clicking on the Legends tab because it's always like. And in this book, in 2001, he was a main character where he had sex with our main character. And you're like, what? It's always some crazy shit.
I know George R. R. Martin wrote Star Wars books.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got a winner? You got a winner or a loser from this trade? You want to rattle off here?
Winner, every team that didn't trade for Giannis. That's right. I'm anti-trading for Giannis personally.
Damn. The Heat gave up so much for this man.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think that's a pretty chalk take is like, I guess the Heat are better. Hypothetically, I guess the Heat are better, but are they
So, once again,
better
starting lineup
3 years from now? No.
right now on the team. Starting lineup, right? So we're not talking if they sign Norm Powell, but right now it's Giannis,
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell. Is Bobby Portis cracking the starting lineup? I mean, it's Bam Adebayo, but like, who's the fifth then?
No. Portis off the bench because it's Bam and Giannis is the front court.
Yeah,
Portis doesn't play the three. Also, Portis is old. I don't want to be like.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Team,
He's
dude.
old. So Pele Larson starting?
Yeah, I guess so. This is a really, really, really old team. Like, think about who's the youngest. The only guy under 30 starting for them hypothetically, is Davion Mitchell, who's like 27.
Excellent.
Norm Powell over 30. Giannis Bam over 30.
Credit where credit's due, though. Do you know what Davion Mitchell's nickname is?
No.
Off day. Because when he guards you, you have an off day.
That's a good name. It's a good nickname. We used to do fun nicknames. We used to call people by their nicknames, and now we don't. Remember that?
Who gets called by their nickname in the NBA right now?
I mean, there's like
Doris
the
Burke says
initial
King
guys.
James a lot.
They're the initial guys, but that doesn't count. That's just an abbreviation.
Yeah. Yeah, the alien doesn't count because people don't just call him the alien.
No.
Joker?
Bam is his nickname, correct? Or is that his actual name?
I honestly don't know. By the way, I just checked. Norman Powell, 33 years old.
Yeah.
So even if they re-sign Norm Powell, which they're not going to be able to do now, but even if they re-sign Norm Powell, Bam is his nickname. His name is Idris Femi Adebayo.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
So there you
Bam.
go.
Bam is the biggest nickname guy because it's a nickname you don't even know is a nickname.
That's crazy. OG is also a nickname. It's initials, though. Like you said, initials don't count.
Sure.
So the Heat are not going to be able to re-sign Norm Powell. So can I give you a winner real quick?
Uh-huh. Norm Powell?
Presumptive starter on an NBA team, Pele Larson.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pele Larson,
people of
who
Milwaukee?
last year averaged 26.4 minutes. 26.4 minutes. 11.4 points, 3.4 assists, 3.5 rebounds. That is your starting two guard for the Miami Heat. How long? Like, dudes in Miami who are still using, like, the iPhone 6 because they're 71 years old and they have no reason to upgrade. How long until they realize that Pele Larson is not Tyler Hero? Like, is it game 3 that they're still watching it being like, man, Tyler Hero got slow?
Miami fans, yeah. I'm sure, and all the Miami fans are thrilled. There are tens of people in the streets cheering at the.
Hey, Miami was hot for a minute there. They were a good ticket in town when they had Bosch and D Wade and LeBron.
Yeah, dude.
They were the cool team. They had like Jay-Z at courtside.
Yeah, but then all those Fairweather fans went back to their actual teams after that team fell apart.
What's like if someone just lived in like nondescript Florida City, what's their default NBA team?
What era did they move there?
2018.
Ooh. Name a default Florida city. That's two different things. If you live north of Orlando, probably the Magic. But if you live too far north, you're a Hawks fan. If you live in the Panhandle, you might be a Hawks fan.
God, it's like Pensacola.
Yeah, Pensacola, you're it's like 50-50 Orlando, Atlanta. Because
what about Cuba? What if you live in Cuba?
I think you're probably a Heat fan. Probably a fan of communism. I don't know. You like baseball. If you're from Cuba, you like baseball. Is actually the correct
racist.
Answer. Florida is not a basketball state.
It's not a sports.
You know?
State.
No. Oh my god!
You know what
it's
it
a
is?
Football state, dude.
It's a college football state.
Yes, every good football player, every good 5-star athlete football player is from Florida, dude. They gotta have the highest ratio.
You and I talk about this a lot because you and I both grew up for a significant portion of our lives in the South. Any place east of Texas and south of Virginia, all the people there are college football fans first and everything else second.
100%.
Anyways, so far, our winners, Pele Larson and all the teams that didn't trade for Giannis.
The
can
fans
I give you
of Milwaukee, I guess.
Oh, and also Tyler
Our winners.
Yeah,
Tyler Hero. Yeah, big winner, Tyler Hero.
What is up, Talent Alone? Sitting here in my kitchen, about to make some delicious soup. Can we see it? Sausage and some broccoli rabe orecchietta, a classic Sicilian dish. And I just wanted to jump in here, interrupt this podcast between Tyler and Adam, because at the end of the day, their teams have never won championships. My team's won a championship, and we're about to go back to back. So the big question is, Giannis to the Heat, am I scared? And the answer is, I don't give a shit. All right. All right. Giannis, they can get Giannis, they can get Bonis, they can get Thanasis, Kostas, they can get Jesse Kostopoulos, all the Greeks. It don't matter. Knicks back-to-back ships. Sorry about it.
Khalil Ware.
Can I get?
He's gonna get some good minutes.
Khalil Ware is Khalil Ware is so endemic of the issues with the Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra run Miami Heat, where they just fucking yo-yoed that guy up and down the lineup depending on how much they decided to trust him. He was their Jonathan Kuminga, but he was like their third Jonathan Kuminga since D Wade left.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know why Miami did this. I got to be so real. Like, I know it's like, well, we have Spoelstra and Pat Riley, and they want to win. But I just find this extremely silly.
Now, okay, can I make the argument for Miami, even though I have Pat Riley as a loser, and we'll tackle that in a second here. But let me make the argument for Miami. The East, while not the JV conference anymore, is still weak in the middle and very top heavy with like 2 or 3 teams you really feel are contention worthy, which means you can load up on easy wins and make your way into the playoff. And how many superstars in the East can you name that in 2026 are going to be better NBA players than Giannis?
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga for one, easy. That's one.
Yeah. Kuminga against the Warriors is actually last place, but Kuminga against everyone else for 2 months is first place.
East has Julius Randle now, so
yep, Julius Randle.
So they got that. Yeah, basically it's probably just Brunson, right? And then wherever Jaylen Brown is going to be, and Jason Tatum.
Here's the other thing.
Halliburton.
This gives Halliburton. Remember him? This gives Miami identity again, because they have Bam, Giannis, Andrew Wiggins, and Davion Mitchell, who are 4 good to great defensive players. Mm-hmm. So their game plan is just going to simply be Bam, Giannis, or Andrew Wiggins will need to average, one of those 3 will need to hit 30 points a night, and they need to hold the other team to 91 points, and they'll probably win 50 games. Now,
interesting.
If I may talk about why Pat Riley's my loser.
Yeah, go for it. Seems like a winner to me.
Bro, really, this is the ultimate, six-pack dad who almost went to college on a football scholarship until, he fractured his knee or got shot in Vietnam or whatever. Stepping onto the field in 2026 and being like, I'll show these kids what it's like to play against someone who almost went all state, and just getting crushed by a bunch of varsity kids because you're washed. Pat Riley drank his own Kool-Aid here, man. Pat Riley, yeah, you're the guy that got Jimmy Butler and for some reason offloaded Hassan Whiteside for Portland to graciously thank you for the honor of paying a guy whose value is just getting 20 blocks once every 106 games.
That's funny.
You're the guy who brought together the real big 3 in Miami and won a title. And you're the guy that's kept this franchise competitive basically since the Dwayne Wade draft in that first finals in 2004. You've kept this team relevant and in the conversation. I mean, hell, you look at the 2 Jimmy Butler to the final runs, it was Butler and a bunch of dudes, but Pat Riley brought those dudes in. Spoelstra gave him the culture. But you drank your own fucking Kool-Aid because you traded away, I'm seeing here, the entire Miami Heat for Giannis and Bobby Portis. And not only that, you also leveraged your whole ass future. Number 13, sure. Now, the Bucks have 13 and 10. That gives them a lot of mobility, but that's not even what the conversation here is. But you traded them 13, your 2031 and 2033 first, a pick swap in 2030, and a 2033 second rounder. So basically, you have your contention window open with Giannis. If you can somehow make a real run with 4 guys and no one else on your roster, you have a contention window open now. And if it fails, you traded away everything for a guy who cannot stay on the court.
Interesting. Yeah, not great, Jim.
Like, let me pull this up here real quick. But what's the last time Giannis played 70 games in a season?
Yeah, that's a great question. It had to have been a while ago.
So 2023-24, he played 73 games. Before that was 2018-2019 when he played 72. Last season, 36. Played 67, 73, 63, 67, 61, 63. But the important thing here is also in the playoffs, after they won the championship, their next year he played 12 games. Then he played 3 games, and then 24-25 played 5 games. And both times missed multiple games in elimination situations with those teams. So it's a guy who is incredibly dependent on his athleticism. He has been one of the best players in the NBA since 2016, for about 10 years now. But he's incredibly dependent on his athleticism because he can't shoot. And he is now reaching his age 32 season. And you're betting on, well, the athleticism will be there and he'll be healthy. And that's what we need, because if he is hurt, your best player is Bam Adebayo without any other players on the team.
Oof. I was thinking of him more as a winner. I got to be so real with you. I let you go off, King. But at the end of the day, by the time those picks convey to Milwaukee, he's going to be 84.
Pat Riley will be dead. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Riley is like, fuck them picks, man. I want another ring in my lifetime. And it's like, this is the best player he could possibly get. There's not a better player that's going to come around on the market. Although I guess maybe he should have asked about Luka Doncic 2 years ago. Yeah. Would you have taken this trade instead of for Luka? Is this a better trade? This is a good question. Is this better return?
Better trade than Max
Giannis
Christie 1 first and AD?
Anthony Davis for Luka.
Yeah, because you got 3 firsts and a pick swap.
That's true, and like 4 young guys who all can play.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez was the second in voting for the 6-man last year.
Yeah, he was a Rookie of the Year finalist too. He's good. He's a guy good at basketball. But yeah, I don't know. We've talked about this Giannis thing so much that I'm kind of like, to the Heat is the most anticlimactic, like, fart who gives a shit. It's like the perfect ending to this whole trade saga where we're just like, Jesus, get it over with. And then he goes to the Heat and you're just like, all right, well, I guess they'll win 45 games or whatever, like.
Yeah, so this deal can't be finalized until July 6th.
Uh-huh.
What has to happen to make this trade, like, interesting to you? Outside of just, like, us spending 13 months edging.
I don't know if the Heat swing a trade for Ja Morant or something. I don't know. Like, if the team gets better. Like, I genuinely don't know.
Do you think if they brought in Ja Morant and Bradley Beal with Giannis?
Bradley Beal?
He's still in the
When's
NBA,
the last guy? That guy played 10 games in a season.
Has he ever? That's the question.
That's the real question. You can't prove otherwise because no one watches the Wizards.
He's not on the Wizards anymore. So, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Is there a single draft prospect that would get you to watch the Wizards?
When they draft AJ Dubance, I'm going to watch him. And how dare you imply that we didn't watch like 7 Wizards games last year or something, however many we watched. 7 is probably low ball. We probably were double digits Wizards games.
Bradley Beal hasn't played more than 60 games in a season since 2018. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
He played the full season when he was 25 years old in 2018-19. And then the preceding 7 seasons, he played 57, 60, 40, 50, 53, 53, 6.
I was going to ask if the last 2 seasons combined equaled 60. And no, they didn't.
No,
he didn't play 60 games in the last 2 seasons combined.
They certainly didn't.
How would you, if you're Milwaukee, what's your next step from here?
Ride this out. I don't know. Do they have their draft pick this upcoming year? Because tank? No?
No, so they have their pick this year. They don't have their pick next year. You know who has their pick? It's Portland because they had to trade Dame Lillard away with stuff.
Feels like maybe they should have traded Giannis to Portland. Personally.
With Dame?
Yeah. That's the most interesting Giannis trade to me. The Celtics one, kind of boring. Can the Celtics be bad? I just don't want the Celtics in the playoffs anymore. I'm sick of watching them. I'm sick of their uniform.
I got bad news for you. That ain't happening.
I know. Yeah, I guess they're just the Heat. They're the Milwaukee Heat now. So plus Ryan Rollins and Miles Turner.
Yeah, can I and how dare you forget Kyle Kuzma? Can I give you
oh yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let me give you like their top 10, and then I want to talk about if they flip any more of these guys.
I imagine they got to.
I'm kind of curious if Milwaukee's path from here should just be fully like rip the Band-Aid off tank. Like you already traded away Giannis.
They don't have their pick.
Yeah, but guess what? You can get everyone else's pick on the fucking planet. If you're gonna just tread middling water because you don't have your own pick, you're just delaying it. I mean, you're just gonna spend seasons in the murky middle, which I guess it's fine because of the flat cap odds, but you might as well sink to the bottom of the standings and really screw over Portland, who has your pick and can't get a top 3 pick if you get the number 1 pick. But their current top 10: Ryan Rollins, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Miles Turner, Kasparis Yakachonis, Kevin Porter Jr., Khalil Ware, Usman Deng.
Interesting.
Let's just go through that. Tell me who does and who doesn't get traded. Give me your definitely gets traded and definitely doesn't get traded from that list.
They're just going to cut the other. They're just going to cut the other Antetokounmpos. Yeah.
No, those guys will be starting for them. That's a revenge play.
That is funny. Yeah, they don't let them out of their contracts for you to go to Miami.
Let me. So I'm just gonna go through one by one. You tell me traded or not traded. Ryan Rollins.
Yeah. Keep. They just signed him.
Tyler
He's
Hero.
Young. Keep. They're gonna keep Hero because he's from Milwaukee. He's gonna be the guy they put on the poster.
That's so
sell
sad.
tickets. He's the tickets guy.
That's so sad to be the tickets guy. Jaime Jaquez Jr.
I'm gonna say keep too, just because he's young.
I'm gonna say trade. He's a little bit older than you think because he was a 4-year college guy at UCLA.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Kyle Kuzma.
Can they trade him?
Yeah, I was gonna. I was so ready for you to say trade.
For what?
For who? Yeah. Who's the person who's like, we could use a Kyle Kuzma type.
Use a Kyle Kuzma type. Yeah.
Miles Turner.
Gone. He gone.
Can I make a suggestion for a team that could use a
Miles Turner,
an offensive skilled big man? Perhaps
Sure.
the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, well, they have
Zubats and Turner.
Turner off the bench.
Turner off the bench. Zubac starting.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Kasparis Yakachonis.
That's a
second
super
year.
keep. That's a mega keep.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr.
I think you got to keep him because, again, I'm not sure who would trade for him. He showed flashes last year. He averaged just 17 points, 7 assists in 38 games, but he only played 38 games. So, like,
I like Kevin Porter. I think you flip him personally.
For what? That's my point. Like, for what?
Whatever. You a fucking top 10 protected first round pick from
I'm
OKC
surprised
or something.
one of these guys we suggested isn't in the trade in the Giannis trade. You know, like it feels like Gary Trent or Kevin Porter should have been in that trade too, to be like, oh, and then we got a guard to play in Miami too.
Yeah, who are the guys on this Milwaukee roster that when Miami asked for them, they went no deal? Like you think Miami was like, all right, if we're sending you all this for Giannis and Bobby Portis, we also want to get AJ Green. And the fucking Jimmy Haslam just hung up the phone. Hey, speaking of losers, Jimmy Haslam. Is he a loser or a winner? Let me get your take on that. Traded away Myles Garrett and Giannis Antetokounmpo in the same year.
You know what? He owns 2 professional sports teams and has more money than God. I'm going to call him a winner. I think he's winning in life, where he could just be like, nah, fuck it, trade Myles Garrett. I don't give a shit.
He is throwing he threw a lot of money away on Deshaun Watson. So,
and you know what? who gives a shit? He still has money. You know, it's not like he's like, I'm spending my last dollar to get Deshaun Watson.
I know that was always the thing with when the Commanders got bought out from
He could
Dan
go do whatever
Snyder,
he wants.
Where I was like,
go make passion project movies.
But Dan Snyder then made literally like $5 billion off selling the Commanders. So
Jimmy Haslam, if he wanted to, could go give Martin Scorsese like $8 billion to make whatever he wants, and instead chose to trade Myles Garrett. So he could do whatever he wants. I think he's doing okay. You know,
I like how your perfect version of like a dastardly rich man is he could get Scorsese to shoot porn for him if he wanted.
Probably is enough money.
I don't want to watch Scorsese shoot porn.
I'd be into it. I'd be like,
Fincher.
I'd just be like, wow, look at this shot. This is a crash dolly on a ball sack.
I'd watch Fincher shoot porn. Imagine those amount of takes. Everyone
that
would
be
chafed.
upsetting. Yeah, and it would be upsetting too. You'd be like, there's something like hyper real about this in a way that is unreal. You know?
Yeah. I just like the idea of soft focus porn, where like everything's out of focus except like 70% of the people involved.
I hate when Christopher Nolan shoots porn because like the audio is so
You
loud
can't hear
you
anything.
can't even hear the dialogue.
He gets the fucking IMAX camera in there. The audio is so loud. He refuses to loop it afterwards. You know what, Tyler? I'm gonna put the stamp on it. That was our best bit this episode.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Clip it. Put it on.
Put the fucking stamp on it. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Listen, here's the other thing
No,
about
I don't
this.
want to talk about this anymore. I didn't want to talk about it before it happened. I don't want to talk about it after it happened. You went to the most boring destination possible, and now I have to hear about Giannis in Miami all year, and now everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, are they the best team in Florida?" No, Orlando's still. Is Orlando still better than Miami? If you had to put money on who's gonna have a better record this season, Orlando or Miami?
I mean, yeah, I'm putting it on Orlando because Orlando had a better record last season. And Miami traded away every piece of their fucking team for Giannis. So you better really hope that Giannis is better than 6 players.
Did we talk about the Magic hiring the new head coach?
No,
I don't
who's
have
their
anything
head
to
coach?
say about it. The Spurs assistant, Sean Sweeney.
Yeah, their defensive assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that
You know,
in a previous
we
podcast?
didn't. I don't think we.
No.
I don't think we did. I think it was between podcasts or something, or maybe one of those podcasts.
It's not
that,
the biggest, not the
you
most
didn't upload.
interesting coaching news in the world. So,
hiring quality assistants is good. We'll talk about that a little bit here in a minute.
they did.
I did.
There was a quality assistant on the market this year who's a longtime assistant in Dallas. Everyone liked him. Seemed like a really good defensive coach. Seems Jamal Mosley, and they just hired Jamal Mosley 2.0. They just hired the same fucking guy.
But here's the thing, right? They hired the same guy in the sense of they hired like the defensive stalwart out of Texas, right?
Yeah.
But like if this guy coming in from San Antonio has like literally one offensive play,
Yeah, that's so
it
true.
dramatically increases the ceiling of the Orlando Magic.
Can he bring in one good assistant? Does Jeff Van Gundy want to sit on our bench?
Like if he comes in and teaches Franz Wagner how to run a dribble handoff with Paolo, like the Magic might win the East.
That's the. This is the thing. The Magic are going to win 45 games again this year, and we're going to be like, What are they going to trade Paolo this year? What's going on? And Suggs is going to play 50 games. It's going to suck.
I know.
Whatever.
I'll wait and see how the coaching is. I think Jamal Mosley might have been a really detrimental to this team's offensive development. Either he was really detrimental, or Paolo Banchero is incapable of playing in an offensive system.
Look, there was a long stretch where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were like, these guys just don't work together. Neither of them are really elite handlers of the ball. And then they just stuck it out for like a decade, and it worked out. So
Yeah, but then they stuck it out for a
where I'm
decade. They
hoping.
won a title, and then Jaylen Brown started going, these two guys don't really work together. I think one of them needs to get traded to the Milwaukee Bucks.
I would take that. I would take Franz Wagner doing some streams, in 5 years. And being like,
Yeah, as long
this
as
is
he's
the best
wearing a-
season of my career where Paolo was out. I scored 27 a game.
As long as he's wearing a ring while he does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, any coach that comes into Orlando, just teach Franz Wagner how to hit a shot and teach everyone else on the team how to not get injured.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the medical staff needs to be fired. Anyway, we can't keep talking about Magic. Do you want to talk about your weird team?
We'll talk about my weird team in a second here. I just want to real quick rattle off the NBA Finals odds according to FanDuel.
Oh, that the Heat are like 5th in odds this year?
The Heat are 5th in odds. They're 3rd in the East at 20-1. It's a giant gap because the Knicks, the defending champion Knicks, are plus 750, and the Heat are plus 2,000. Your Orlando Magic are plus 7,500.
Yeah,
tied
feels
with
about right.
Such contenders as the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, that's rude. That's rude. We're better than the Warriors. That's rude.
Yeah, but you guys are in the harder conference, right?
Yep. For sure.
You're ahead of Charlotte. Does that make
Can
you
I
feel any better?
short odds? Can I short the Bucks?
Oh, let me.
Can I or the Heat rather?
Oh
yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm reading here you're not allowed to bet on Giannis on Kalshi. Why is that? What's going on there?
How interesting. You want me to see? I'm just gonna type in Miami Heat. Let's see. Let's see what they got here. In 2027, you can take the Miami Heat or the Oklahoma City Thunder to be the champion.
For what?
The NBA.
I don't know how those prediction markets work because there's no odds, right? It's literally just like stocks. Like, how do you get paid out? Like, what's the payout? What are you paying for? You say yes or no. Is it based on literally like everybody puts money into it and it's just an even split of everyone who bets against it? I don't understand.
Yes, because right now, if I put $100 on the Miami Heat to be the 2027 NBA champions, it pays out $1,341.25. But I can also put $100 on them not to win, and it pays out $105.93, which seems like free money. Like, I can bet on them not to be the NBA champions. How is that not free money?
Yeah. And that's essentially, that's like, I mean, it's like minus 5,000 or whatever, essentially, but still very strange. I don't understand prediction markets.
And I, as much as I now have the itch to go bet against so many teams to not be the NBA champions and make a bunch of money a year from now, I'm just gonna stay off Kalshi. I'm not gonna do it.
Is the thing though? You gotta have the bank to do that. You know.
I have a not insignificant amount of money currently tied up in a 401k. If I just liquidate all of that and put it all on the Heat to not win the NBA championship,
20,000 to lose and then they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you're like, just
I'm just foaming at the mouth every day.
But like, if you bet $20,000, what would you win? Like $1,000? Is that better than just keeping it in your 401k?
I mean, 401k on average, pays out like 7% a year?
That's good. If 7% return is good.
7% is the average for the stock market.
Yeah.
So I would just need to liquidate it and exclusively bet on things that pay out better than implied odds of 7%. And I have to be very sure about them. I don't want to do this much math. This is why there's rich people in the world and there's me. Because I don't want to do the math to become a rich people.
Yeah, I go on runs and I'm like, ooh, that would be a cool action sequence. That's my life. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I
delude myself into thinking my sports podcast is going to take off. That's what I mostly do. Hey, you want to talk about the rest of the NBA?
Yeah, let's talk about your weird team. I know you're avoiding
let's talk about my weird team. So let's start here. Julius Randle gets traded.
Yes, sir.
They trade him and the 28th pick in the draft, which was also, so the 28th pick is conferred to the Wolves because of that weird-ass Detroit Pistons trade where in the middle of the year, the Timberwolves and Pistons just swap first-round picks.
For no reason. They're just betting on each other to fail, essentially.
Yeah. So the Timberwolves trade 28 and Julius Randle to the Nets and get back 33. So no first-round pick, but a second-round pick. The Wolves love their second-round picks. They love to trade them for Rudy Gobert. Nick Claxton goes to the Chicago Bulls, and Brooklyn walks away with the 28th pick, as well as, I think Mo Gay goes to the Timberwolves or something like that, but I don't know if he's going to be on the team. This creates a $33.3 million trade exception for the Timberwolves that they're not going to use because no one ever uses. And yeah, sure. I don't know, man. They need to get off Julius Randle because he sucked in the playoffs, I guess. But like, now no Julius Randle, no Dante DiVincenzo, and no Giannis. So
yeah, when that happens, you and I immediately texted, and they're like, "This is the trade before a trade. This is a trade before a trade."
Yeah,
but then immediately team sources were like, "Yeah, we're just betting on Naz Reid this year," and you're like,
yeah,
okay.
Naz Reid's going to be starting next to Rudy Gobert.
Just a lot of Terrence Shannon off the bench, I guess.
Let's see. Okay, so the starting lineup is going to be probably Anthony Edwards. I don't think he's coming off the bench. Anthony Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert.
So 2 years removed from the Cat trade.
Uh-huh.
Who is left from that trade on the roster? Because it was the Dillingham pick.
No, just DiVincenzo. That's it.
Just DiVincenzo. Was it straight up Cat for Randle and DiVincenzo? I thought there was a pick in there too. No?
If there was a...
It hasn't conferred yet.
I don't know. If there was a pick, it isn't something that I necessarily remember. Or it might have been packaged to move up to get Dillingham because the Dillingham pick was a trade up.
Right. Huh.
But yeah, the only thing left on the roster from the Cat trade is DiVincenzo. Mind you, at the time of the Randle DiVincenzo for Cat trade, I thought that was just a salary dump because Cat was going to be due $60 million in 2 years, which is coming up.
But you got Randle and DiVincenzo out of it, and you just salary dumped Randle for the 33rd pick for moving back 5 picks in the draft.
Moving back 5 picks. Hey, that's the 3rd pick of the 2nd round. You know, if this was the NFL, that'd be a good pick.
This is CBA nonsense, right? That's what this is.
So here's the thing, right? The Timberwolves are so good at CBA nonsense, but it's CBA nonsense, which is not fun
it's not
or exciting.
Winning basketball nonsense.
It's not winning basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is the shit that like gets John Hollinger out of bed, where they created a $33 million trade exception, which is a massive trade exception. And
How
then the
often
question
do trade
is,
exceptions get used though?
They don't get used, but it also is going to boot them down far enough under the cap to where they'll like free up all that shit. And like the second apron has become such an issue that everyone's trying to avoid it. I mean, James Dolan during the parade was like, we're not going to the second apron. And the only team in the second apron last year was Cleveland. So like I get trying to avoid that, and Julius Randle was like really bad in the playoffs.
He was quite bad, yeah.
Yeah. Like he was that Spurs series, he was so bad that I started having flashbacks to him when I was watching De'Aaron Fox play.
How will you remember Julius Randle's tenure with the Timberwolves?
Him kicking the shit out of Jokic in the first round this year. I'll remember that. I will remember the first round sweep 2 years ago. And, you know, like he's had some really good playoff moments, but against OKC and against San Antonio in the last 2 years, he's completely wilted.
Yeah, he averaged 20 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for you guys over 2 years.
Julius Randle, the process of watching Julius Randle is constantly being like, he would get the ball at the elbow, and you would go, well, there's not going to be another pass this play. And there wouldn't be. And you know what? He hits a phenomenal amount of the shots from his spot. He gets down between the low post and the free throw line, and he will hit a turnaround jumper, and he will hit it from the left side of the hoop over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But when he gets the ball, there is no better play that is going to be executed. He is taking that shot. That is what I remember from Julius Randle. Now, DiVincenzo is a good piece, and they had to get out from the Karl Anthony Towns money. But that's not something you can explain to Anthony Edwards when he starts getting, you know, Atlanta fever.
I will remember Julius Randle distinctly from when I went to the Cat return game in Minnesota. And I texted you maybe 10 times about how much I hate Julius Randle's basketball game. I think I just texted you. I think it was just like 10 consecutive text rows like, ew, Randle 3. Ew, Randle ball stop turnaround jumper. Ew, Randle turnover. Like,
Yeah, and he is, because of his size, he was a very good defender when he wanted to play defense. The problem was there's a lot of times he didn't want to play defense. Mm-hmm. Like, Randall's good.
I hate
no
to
question.
say this. He reminds me of Paolo. He's like worst case scenario for Paolo's career is Paolo's Julius Randle.
Yeah, which is, better than we expected to have Julius Randle when he came into the league,
Yeah, absolutely. He averaged 25 a game one year for the Knicks.
Like, Randall's a good player, but he's just like another misstep in this whole Timberwolves adventure since they brought Tim Connolly in, where like they have had a lot of success and made a lot of moves that people call dumb and have worked out. Preeminently the Gobert trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also are the team that traded up to draft Rob Dillingham and offloaded him a few years later. They traded Cat for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Now neither one of those guys is lacing him up for the Timberwolves next year. But amidst that, also traded for Ayo Dosunmu. They've made efforts to continue to build up players like Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniels turned into a real player. And that stuff's not Tim Conley as much as the Ayo Dosunmu trade is and drafting Jean Beringer is, and his cap shenanigans are. And he built a team that can beat Jokic, which is what his job was when he came in. But, man, these missteps hurt every time. Like the Julius Randle trade 2 years later, salary dump to move back in the draft. Cat, puts on, gets a ring in a Knicks uniform with a point guard who right now is better than Anthony Edwards, but does not have the ceiling Anthony Edwards does. The Dillingham trade, like he's just made these like very high profile, terrible mistakes. And I appreciate him taking shots, and we'll see how some of his future shots work out. But yeah, I mean, there's no positive way to spin trading away your franchise asset in Cat for a guy who 2 years later you salary dump.
Yeah, it's not great, Jim.
Dosunmu supposed to sign a 5-year, $112 million deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
How you feel about that? Pretty good.
Dosunmu's a good player.
Trade was a good trade. This is another one where you're like,
yeah.
Dosunmu, good pull by them.
Yeah, excellent trade.
Got him for basically nothing.
They got him for basically nothing. They got him for 1 or 2 day 2 picks. I can't even remember off the top of my head.
And Rob Dillingham.
So 1 or 2 day 2 picks and a guy who's not an NBA player.
Yeah.
4 second-round picks.
Oh, that's right. Trade 8 second-round picks. Who gives a shit,
Well, the Timberwolves do. They just traded Julius Randle away to get one. And he played great. He was an exact kind of piece they needed. They probably still need a ball handler, but he's a great guard coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Although we'll see if he ends up starting.
I mean,
more.
shit. If DiVincenzo's hurt, that I imagine he's starting next to Ant.
Yeah,
your starting lineup is now Ant, Dosunmu, McDaniels, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert.
It's
a decent starting five. Like and then you have no one on the bench. Is the problem. It's Terrence Shannon Jr. Like I have no idea who's
Mike Conley, TSJ, Jalen Clark, Jean Beringer.
Mm-hmm. Beringer.
So 5 years, $112 million. It's less than 25, which is what I thought he was going to get. 25 a year.
Yeah.
So, it looks expensive because he's a role player and we're used to like role players get like 17 or like 12 or whatever.
Well, maybe they saw that 40-point game and they're like, let Ayo cook.
Yeah, and also like the cap's going up. So let Ayo cook and it doesn't look as bad now.
40 is not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Randle back in Brooklyn. Should we talk about it from Brooklyn's point of view? They just acquired like a solid veteran forward for nothing.
They had traded away Nick Claxton, so
that is true. Is
this
that's
nonsense because of the CBA?
For
like
the Nets?
they're trying to get like because of the new lottery rules. Are they just trying to get to like the 4th most wins?
Probably, right? They're probably like, we have to squeeze 30 wins out of it. It's also a matter of they just got market like they were already have one of the smallest fan bases in the league, and they just got they have no fans.
Yeah.
Right?
I
they
mean,
have to do something.
Even when Spike Lee shows up to their games, he wears Knicks gears. So
like, quite frankly, the two teams most primed for relocation is the Pelicans and the fucking Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you think move the Nets back to New Jersey?
Move the Nets back to New Jersey. Move to Vancouver. Gives a shit, man. No, you think all those kids growing up in New Jersey right now are like, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna root for the next. They're all fucking Knicks fans now.
How would you feel about the Anchorage Nets?
Fine. They'd probably have more fans.
Yeah, you'd sell a lot more winter wear.
The Las Vegas Nets. Just move them. Why are we expanding the league? Las Vegas Nets.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always anti-expansion, so I'm with you on that.
Move NOLA to Seattle. Done.
Move NOLA to Seattle. The Seattle Pelicans, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Seattle Kraken.
Are there Pelicans in Seattle, or is that too far north?
They're in Sydney. I know that.
They'd probably have to. Oh, that's true. You know, great Finding Nemo poll that everyone's going to understand why you brought that up.
Yeah, everyone listen to this podcast. At least will get it. Final thing for my dumb team. Micah Nori, assistant coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves, much beloved assistant coach, now officially the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, which raises one question. Will he be able to fly to away games, or are they going to just leave him at home?
No. The head coach gets to go with the team.
All of his assistants, though.
The assistants have to stay home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, and you know what? Apparently it works, because old Scrooge McDuck over there just won a fucking Stanley Cup.
Yeah. The difference is the best hockey player on earth costs $12 million.
Yeah.
And Ayo Dosunmu just costs $22 a year.
It's weird when a owner owns two teams from very different cities, right? Like, I know Josh Harris, it's like, oh, he owns Philadelphia and Washington, and that's a little weird considering, like, city-wise.
Yeah.
It's extremely weird that guy owns Carolina and Portland.
Yeah. Like, what? I don't even know how he got rich, but I have to assume it's some kind of air travel business, because how else would you justify flying cross? And the sports happen at the same time.
Constantly, that guy must be flying cross country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is in that camp? Oh, what's his face? Kroenke owns a fucking Premier League team.
Yeah, same for the Cons.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville.
So, let me ask you this. Does Stan Kroenke spend more time in L.A. or Tottenham?
What Premier League team does he own?
I think
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Arsenal? If he owns Arsenal, then definitely.
I think it's Kroenke. I think it's Arsenal, because I remember.
If he owns Arsenal was so fucking good. They were in the Champions League final. You wanna do more soccer talk for a little bit?
Hang on, give me one. He does own Arsenal. Yeah, it's Arsenal.
Man, great year for Kroenke. He had two teams that almost won anything important.
He also owns the Avalanche.
Oh yeah,
Colorado Avalanche. Didn't know that. He owns the Nuggets too, the Denver Nuggets. Did you know that?
Dude, he had 4 teams.
He has
that were
4 teams.
Wait, did Arsenal?
He owns Screaming Eagle. That's crazy.
Eagle?
A very well-respected winery.
Is Stan Kroenke just
That's me. That's my third secret thing. We talk about movies and basketball in this. My secret third thing is that I'm a huge bar nut. So
yeah, should I just go out to LA and we'll just like get completely tanked on wine?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Gotta find time to get out there. I need an excuse. I need this podcast to make enough money for me to go. Well, we gotta do a show
go
together
to a Clippers game. Yeah.
So I think we're all jealous of Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, he seems like he's doing pretty good. Is he nega Jimmy Haslam, where he's only good at running sports teams?
Yeah, I mean, did Arsenal win the Premier League this year?
They sure did. They won the Champions League this year, didn't they? No, they lost.
They came in second. They lost in
in
penalties to PSG.
That's right. That's right. Still pretty good.
Yeah. So
Super Bowl traded for Myles Garrett.
Yeah. So in the 2020s, he's won the Premier League, he's won a Super Bowl, Wait, did the Rams win in the 2020s?
He has 2 Super Bowls. He has 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, the Avs
He
won in the
won
2020s. The Nuggets won in the 2020s.
He does own the Colorado Rapids, the MLS team, which won a championship in 2010.
I didn't even know Colorado had an MLS team.
He also owns the Colorado Mammoth, which is their lacrosse team. The NLL.
Is it Mammoth singular also?
Yeah.
Why does every team that has that as a mascot not go Mammoths?
Also, Mammoth existed since 2003 in the NLL. So Utah really ripped them off, huh?
At a certain point, are billionaires just so rich that they're just burning money? Like, there's no way a lacrosse team.
You can only pay
$1.
for stuff. The only thing he can afford that costs money to him is a sports team.
It's sports teams.
The only you know how you get excited when you make a big purchase. You're like, oh, I spent a lot of money on a car or whatever. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I got to take care of this thing. That the only thing for billionaires that feels that way. That guy could buy 15 Ferraris and be like, whatever.
Yeah,
crash them for all I give a shit.
Like
it's sports teams and movie studios. Like that's the 2 things they can buy that are exciting.
Elon Musk is a trillionaire and seems so unhappy all the time.
That guy paid for going to space. that's
yeah.
How, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna pay for a company that goes to space, so maybe I can go to space one day. Like that's.
So anyways, I like Micah Nori. I think that's a good hire for them. He's a longtime assistant underneath a guy who is also a longtime assistant. What a wistful little wave.
My wife is home. Yeah, we're almost done.
Are we? Still got to talk about Trae Young.
We gotta talk about.
You
got 20 minutes on Trae Young, Adam. We just talked about Stan Kroenke for 10 minutes.
Trae Young signed a 4-year, $212 million deal with a player option in year 4.
Ew.
Yeah. Super ew. What are we doing? What are we doing?
The Wizards are drafting. I'm calling it right now. The Wizards are drafting Darren Peterson tonight.
Just let him go. No way. Number 1, they're drafting Darren Peterson.
You're right. I'm calling it right now.
There's literally no way. Draft. If the Wizards draft,
they
Darren
just
Peterson,
gave Trae Young 4 years, $212 million.
God, why? Why did you do that?
Because they're going to draft Darren Peterson. It's what the Wizards do. They're wizarding out.
Like, they paid nothing on the trade market for him, and they could just let him walk. It doesn't matter. You're the fucking Wizards, man. You're going to have the number 1 overall pick. People will buy tickets. You're still a few years away from competition, and just let him go. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing here? Who are we? Who owns the Wizards? Does he own any Premier League teams?
Who owns the Wizards? That's a great question.
Welcome to Owner Talk.
Presumably the president,
Should we just rename this podcast to Talking Kronk? And just every week we come in here and talk about Stan Kroenke? Stanley Kroenke. Or
the Wizards are the kings of being like, I don't know, max deal for 20 if you score 20 points a game?
I thought the Kings were the
max
kings
deal?
of that.
No, the Kings trade. They're like, oh, he scored 20 points again. Trade him right now. Trade him to the Bulls.
You know what's also crazy about the Cons talking about owners who own way too much? The Cons own the Jaguars. They own a Premier League team, and they also own All Elite Wrestling. And they made their money selling bumpers to Toyota.
That's crazy. The Wizards are owned by a gentleman named Ted Leonsis.
Oh, yeah.
He got rich for founding AOL.
No wonder the Wizards have fallen apart in recent. That guy only planned through the year 2003.
Did you know that the Wizards were originally established in Chicago?
Chicago
they were
Bullets.
The Chicago Packers.
Oh.
For a year. For 2 years, they were the Chicago Packers. That's crazy.
Huh.
They
So that's
should go back to Bullets. They should go back to being the Washington Bullets. I know it's like problematic and insensitive to gun violence, but like if we could do all the other shit we're doing in America these days, we should go back to the Washington Bullets.
I just can't believe that they were like, we're going to go with Wizards. And the WNBA team went, all right, we'll go with Mystics. And I would have just been there going, fuck, they picked the better name.
The Mystics, yeah. Mystics is cool as hell.
Way cooler than the Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards is bad. They could have been the Sorcerers or, I don't know.
You got any thoughts on Aaron Wiggins to the Hawks?
Pretty good trade for both sides. That's the type of trade where like 9 months from now we'll be like, "That's a pretty good trade." Like Aaron Wiggins can play.
Aaron Wiggins can play.
Thunder.
They also signed CJ McCollum to a really good deal. 1 year, $22 million, $12 million, whatever it was.
Brian Windhorst on the Trae Young contract said, "quote It's not an intellectually sane argument to give him that much money."
Hey, let me ask you this. Has Brian Windhorst steadily had less neck year by year? Like, is he removing his neck a little bit every year until he has no neck left?
You just do the Windhorst fingers.
Yeah.
Now,
what does it mean? What does
it mean? What does that mean?
mean?
Can I be honest? I love the windy fingers as like a meme. I'm not sure in the context of what he was talking about, I fully understood why he was doing it.
Yeah.
It was like, they're like, and they gave Rudy Gobert a new contract. Now, what does that mean? And you're like, nothing happened because of what you just said. I don't know.
Hey, can I tell you my actual thoughts on this whole Timberwolves thing going on right now?
Yeah, bud.
Anthony Edwards is the next superstar out the door, right?
Oh, don't say that. That's so depressing.
Listen, the reporting now is that he has been upset since the Cat trade. They have moved backwards in terms of their contendership in that conference. And now his number 2 is Jaden McDaniels, who's a guy he came up with, sure. But they've lost their top assistant. They have not as much depth as they had a year ago or 2 years ago. And they are entirely reliant on Naz Reid stepping it up to be a full-time starting 4. Like, if they get eliminated in the second round again, Anthony, I want to be the GOAT Edwards. I mean, the dude is so Georgia and so Atlanta that it's almost impossible that he's not part of 3-6 Mafia.
If Anthony Edwards gets traded and Paolo gets traded, do we just start doing pod racing Star Wars Legends recaps? Like,
why don't we at that point just become sim race guys?
Yeah, we should get really into sim racing. Yeah. That's a good
point.
Or
we could just do an IndyCar pod.
IndyCar pod, that's a good niche. There's I can't imagine there's one of those.
Yeah. I also hate IndyCar, so.
What's wrong with IndyCar?
I don't like oval racing. It's got too much oval racing.
It's only half oval racing. The other
That's
half
too
is
much.
races.
That's too much oval racing. One oval race is too much oval racing.
Yeah, maybe.
Give me a right
supposedly, according to Hoops Hype, in the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, quote, "Everyone wants to know what Anthony Edwards thinks. Multiple sources close to Edwards dismissed the chatter as just that. One said there was no truth to any of it. Another reiterated Edwards and his team love Minnesota, and they think being here in this location with this franchise is the, quote, ideal situation."
Now, you have been to Minnesota at least once.
I've been many times to Minnesota.
Is there any women there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Now, the real question are there hoes there? We got to cut that out. That can't be on the podcast.
I'll just bleep it. That way people will be like, "Oh my god, what did he say?
What did he say?" Yeah.
Here, let's close this out. Give me a mild and a hot draft take. Well, you can slot in your Darren Peterson number 1 overall as your hot take if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Peterson number 1 overall because the Wizards. That's just would be the Wizardies thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I think there will be a trade in the top 4. That's my. I don't think the top 4 teams are going to just pick in order.
Yeah,
I think someone, probably 2 or 3, someone's gonna move around or there will be a trade. That's what I think.
Yeah. My mild take is Milwaukee packages 10 and 13 and trades up for something in the 5 to 7 range.
Brooklyn 6. Then Brooklyn can take 2 more point guards.
Do you think there's any chance? Yeah. Do you think there's any chance that the Clippers make that pick at 5?
Yeah, I think so. I do, because that's a team that has very few assets trade-wise outside of Kawhi, and they have no draft picks. And the chance to pick a young guy to bring in and be on the team for the next 5 to 10 years in a pretty strong top 10 of the draft, I think that they would do that.
Yeah, my hot take is that if they make the pick at 5, they also trade away Kawhi and the whole aspiration thing kind of
goes away.
gets
Yeah.
slipped,
I
goes away.
think, yeah. If any, I think it's more likely they trade Kawhi away than trade that draft pick for somebody. Because they traded Zubats. Like there's nobody else on that roster who's like win now. It's like Darius
John
Garland's
Collins?
25. Yeah, John Collins. Yeah, it's just I'd take a guy at 5, take a swing at the draft.
What if they resign
When's the next time
Norm
you're gonna have a top 5 pick? Just
Powell?
take
If they trade away Kawhi, probably next year.
Would you trade 5 and Kawhi Leonard for number 1 overall to the Wizards?
Yes, but the question is, would the Wizards do that?
I mean, the Wizards they just gave a 4-year max to Trae Young, so anything's possible.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Trae, AD, Kawhi Leonard. In the East, does that team win more games than Milwaukee?
Maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, what's more likely? That team wins more games than Milwaukee, or those 3 guys don't add together for 82 games?
Is that team older or younger than Miami?
Right now, or if they traded for Kawhi?
If they traded for Kawhi.
It's got to be older.
Got to be older, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's close. Oh my
Trae Young drags that average down, though. He's still in his
Yeah.
late 20s, He'd be
it's
younger
crazy.
than anyone on Miami.
It's crazy that Atlanta traded the Luka pick to get Trae Young. We don't talk
It's
about
pretty
that
crazy.
enough. Yeah, because then Luka was always involved in a crazier trade. That's all I got. You got anything else on the way out the door here?
That's it. I hope crazy stuff happens at the draft tonight. I hope the Pelicans trade their first-round pick away again somehow for a second time. I don't want it to be forgotten that they traded a first-round pick for Derek Queen.
Who had like 30 really good games,
Derek Queen, I would argue it's the same as the Luka trade where there's no outcome for Derek Queen that justifies trading. What would their pick be? Who did they trade it to? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Who did it confer to? Is that the Clippers pick? No, the Clippers pick.
No,
is
it went
Indiana.
to the Hawks at 8.
Hawks at 8. Yeah. Well, 8's not too bad. Still, dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hawks have 8, and they also have. Well,
Did
they
the Hawks trade up?
No, they have 8 and 23.
They try to package and move up to the Clippers, like 8 and 23 for 5. Is that a thing? Is that
8
anything?
and 23 for 5 and Kawhi.
For 5 and Kawhi, no.
All right, buddy. You got any plugs?
Kawhi, yeah. Nope. Check out my letterbox. I don't know. I'll have stuff coming. I have stuff coming at some point.
Yep, and we'll be back before free agency. And if
Sure
anything
will.
wild happens in
And
the
if
draft,
anything crazy happens tonight, yeah.
Yeah, like if
Darren
Adam Silver
Peterson goes
shows
first
up and
overall.
someone opens a window and he dissolves into a pile of dust, we'll come back and talk about that.
Yeah.
How about this? On the way out the door here, since we don't do shout-outs on the BasketPod, you want to tell us the next movie you're going to see in theaters?
Sure. It's probably going to be I think I'm going to go see Toy Story 5 tomorrow.
Are you going with your wife?
No.
You're just going to be
just me and one of my friends, just a couple of two bros.
Still. I can't go see Toy Story 5 in theaters because I'm a 30-year-old guy and I'd be going alone.
Go at like 10 p.m. You know how they have like 10 p.m. showings? There's no kids at that
Doesn't
one.
that make it even a little creepier? If I'm a 30-year-old guy seen alone in a theater to watch Toy Story 5?
I don't know. It's Pixar. I think you get an excuse for Pixar. It's like, this is great anime. Like, would you go see a Ghibli movie on your own?
Probably not.
Really? Interesting.
Because I went to one Ghibli movie. I went with someone, and the entire audience was families.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking
Should have gone
losers.
at 10 p.m. Like me.
It was like 7 p.m.
I saw Killers of the Flower Moon at 11 p.m. We got out of
You
the
have to
theater
let me.
at 2 a.m. That was out of control. That was. I was like, I can't be living like this.
You have to let me end this podcast. Or is it already over?
I think it's already over. You could cut that full last minute.